actually live? Since we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under SD Hegyes, and we're going to do a live stream. But first, I'm going to check to make sure we're actually live. That's not lying to my face. And Stephanie's going to introduce herself. So,
All right. Hello. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie. I primarily write contemporary romance underneath my name here at the bottom of the screen. I'm also working on some other fantasy and other ideas. In the meantime, it's all about romance for me. I live stream with Skye usually most Saturday nights, and whenever the other opportunities arise for us to be on screen together, causing chaos late into the evening, early morning hours. Welcome.
welcome to the chaos. What are you working on tonight?
This.
You're working on coffee?
That's a good idea. That's a good question. There's lots of things I could be working on. I think I will be opening up a document and writing in it. That's what I'll be working on. Which one? We'll see.
It's a mystery.
What are you working on?
I am currently updating my grand tracking spreadsheet, as it's titled, which is tracking like all the books I read, all the movies I read, all the games I play, and stuff like that. I've added some new tabs to it. I've added a separate tab for anything I DNF and anything I stuff like that. And so like I'm pulling some of my books off of my red list to the DNF list because of the fact that my stats were being thrown off by the DNFs.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm fixing my sheet. And then after that, I don't know what I'll be working on because that shouldn't take me too much longer. I've only got 39 more books to move.
Was that all?
That's it.
So I have this spreadsheet reading tracker that I got from another booktuber. I forget, but it's like a no weighted rating 2025, and so like the first page has you put all the books and then what you rate it, what genre it is, what the age demographic is, how many pages, average length, when it was published, and all that, and then it breaks it down to like other stuff with pretty graphs and things. The last one I put in was in February, so I'm a little behind in putting stuff into it.
I'm actually very good about updating mine. Okay, before we continue this, I'm going to say hi to the couple people that are in the comment section. Rachel's here. Hello. Says I'm working on a first draft tonight. Awesome. What genre, Rachel? Out of curiosity, if you feel like sharing, you don't have to. And then Jess is here. Hello. I need all the spreadsheets. They speak to my nerdy heart. Yes, I am a very big fan of spreadsheets.
I hate making them.
I love it. I'm not good at making
them. I'll use them. I just don't like making them.
Yeah, I love making them because I love doing the formulas portion. That being said, if someone I make very elaborate spreadsheets, and if you accidentally change one of the formulas, I'll be like, I can't help you fix it. I'm sorry, you broke it. It's done forever.
Oh,
because I could never remember what I did.
Oh, I gotcha.
Because some of them have like the one I sent you recently is a very good example. It's got like 10 pages, 10 tabs in it, and there's so many formulas in there that I do not remember half the formulas. So if you accidentally break that, I can send you a new one, but I can't fix the app one. Are you counting the tabs?
Yes, I think there's 11 actually. Thank you very much. There is.
I said 10. I was close.
Annual writing challenges, and then the years 2025, 26, 27, 28, 29, project lists, short stories lists, and characters.
Yeah.
That's 11.
11. Okay. Well, this one I'm working on is a different spreadsheet. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 tabs.
I think it would be fun to fill this out, but I also got to go back and fill out the word counts and things for earlier in the year.
I've got to finish updating mine like that for April. I have not written a single word in May.
So that's easy.
Not a single word. But I stopped tracking in like mid-April, so I need to go back and check some stuff about April. Ooh, Rachel's doing urban fantasy. Oh, you're speaking my language. I love a good urban fantasy. Ooh.
So I think I figured out the main character in my fantasy adventure novel that I put a hold on. It's like 30,000, 30,000 words. I think I figured it out.
The one where she talks to a fish.
Yes.
That's the only thing I can remember about it.
Yes.
You told me the entire plot, and that is literally the only thing I can remember is that she talks to a fish. Don't ask me why.
You know, we all focus on certain things that we read. So I was talking to someone at the library whose name is Jared, and I was talking to him and I was telling him about it. And so while I was telling him about it, I was saying I got the idea because I was watching Xena Warrior Princess, where her and her friend Gabrielle travel, and so I think the princess's name should be Gabrielle.
Okay.
What do you think?
I like it.
Yes.
But I'm also a very big fan of G names. I mean, I have a dog named Goblin. My daughters are named as Graceland and Gwen. And then I have, if we ever get future dogs, I want a Gizmo and a Gurgi. And I have a fantasy book where the dragon riders and their dragon have matching first letter names. So I've got Garwin and Galsoon, and his brother's name is Goman. Do you think I like the letter G?
In fact, I don't think anyone in this adventure fantasy novel has a letter G name at all. None of them. Not even the water dragon.
Nice.
The water dragon's name is. I'm pretty sure her name is Desolate. 95% sure.
I have a fantasy like middle grade that I wrote a very very long time ago. It's a crappy novel that the unicorn's name was Thistlewood.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, I need a name for a dragon. Oh, Thistle sounds good, and they went up. Like it wasn't very elaborate.
No, nothing wrong with that.
You should probably think of a better story for naming characters than that.
Well, now you have a spreadsheet where if you name a character, you can add it to that spreadsheet.
That's true.
That is not how I use that spreadsheet. I hear a name that I want to use and I put it on the spreadsheet, and then I highlight it whenever I do use it.
Oh, I have like this page in one of my notebooks that has all the characters in my shared Tales of the Heart world and what their jobs are or used to be and currently are, and then who they are with.
Okay.
And nobody knows anybody's age really, other than they're all over 21 because they've gone out drinking together and they have kids. But other than that, fair. I've never actually quoted an age.
Fair. I couldn't tell you how old some of my characters are because I don't know. Me? An age. So. They're an age. All right. Let's go ahead and do our first sprint.
Okay. I'm going to get the kids in bed during that sprint, and then I will do something with my time after that.
All right, sounds good. So for those who are new, we tend to do 4 25-minute sprints. Nixie on the screen, she's our lovely little black kitty cat. She is going to tell us how long we've got and whether or not we're working or taking a break. So it's 4 25-minute sprints with 5+ minute breaks in between because we sometimes get very chatty. Just depends on the day. And yeah. Oh, I also put up prompts on the screen. I was not prepared. I have no prompts today. I will have one up before we get halfway through the sprint. I'll have to figure out something, but I don't have one yet. So shortly there'll be a prompt on the screen. But until then, we're going to go ahead and do this first sprint, 25 minutes, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that's time. Let us know how you did, what you did in the comments.
I put the kids to bed. I gave Jackson a hug and kiss, and I did not give Ilya a hug and kiss because she said, "I've been around people too much today. Don't touch me." So I did not.
Fair.
She was at the library yesterday for like 3 hours during a book signing, and then she was there today when they had a library kickoff party for the reading program they're doing this summer. So she's been peopled out. So, and
Fair.
then I put some books on my spreadsheets that I'm backtracking. That's what I did.
I finished updating my spreadsheet and then I made a copy of it, deleted everything from it, and created a template.
Why?
Because I can.
All right.
No, I made a copy first, so it's not like I delete my version.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Sorry.
I had me worried. I was like,
Why did you delete your document, Skye? What is wrong with you? There's like 100 plus books already listed on it. 114. Yes, I've read 114 books this year. To be fair, I have finished 4 or 5 of those Amazon original short story series. So like 30 plus books are Amazon short stories.
Those are really quick though, so I get it.
And I have Kindle Unlimited, so they automatically go to if I'm reading them on my phone, I can download the audio version, and they're like an hour long. And I listen to audiobooks at work, so in an 8-hour shift, I can finish 8 books essentially, honestly, if they're all like an hour long. Which is exactly how I've read all of them. Hi, you are in such a weird mood today, and I need you to lose this energy, sir. Sir. You cannot have cuddles. You cannot go on my lap. No, put that foot down. Thank you. No. He is trying so hard to be a lap dog, and he is too big. Too big, sir. Gesundheit. Okay, all right. Let's see what everyone in the comments did. See, one other thing I did is I did a little bit of self-promotion because my 10-year author anniversary is coming up in mid-June. So I have a form you can fill out if you want to ask any questions. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a live stream or a video. Because it's in the middle of the week, I'm probably going to make a video instead of a live stream. But we'll see. I might change my mind. JC popped in. Hello. Rachel got 492 words. That is awesome. And just said, yay, templates. I love good template. To be fair, though, I will put this out there. I did steal a lot of inspiration, like 99.9% of the inspiration for the actual book tracker portion from QWERTY with her kit tracker that she has for the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. I don't even know what it actually stands for. So.
Yeah, I think it is the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do.
Yeah.
Pretty
so
sure
if you look at the template and you wonder why it looks familiar, that is why. I basically saw what she did, and there were some things that I liked, and there were some things I didn't, and I just made my own based on it. And then I have other tabs for other things, such as movies, games, and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. And then Rachel says, oh my God, your dog. Yes. I have 3 puppers. They're all 3 in here with me. Hold on, let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this right. I'm sorry, I'm going to move you. If you have motion sickness, I'm sorry. They're all 3 in here with me. There's the old man, black and white goblin. And then Jester's our terrier, and Ogre, at best guess, he's an Anatolian Shepherd mix. And then Goblin's half pit bull. His mom was a registered pit bull who got mixed up with a stray accidentally. Oops, I didn't pause the timer. Sorry.
It's okay.
But yep. And he's got the zoomies for some reason. Ogre has the zoomies. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Your guess is as good as mine. And yes, they are all based on D&D things. So Goblin is based off of a creature, Ogre is based off a creature, and if you watch Critical Role, the second campaign, Jester, the blue tiefling, is my favorite character. So yes, all of them have D&D themed names. Hi. You're such a love bug. You're such a love bug. He wants to be in my life.
I think I put in the last book finally, and so that means ready for my big number of books I've read so far this year?
Yeah, sure. How many?
20.
Yay! I'm over here celebrating whether you've read 1 or a million. I don't care.
And
You're reading books. It's good.
2 of them have been arcs.
I do not read arcs. I don't beta read. I am for a short time, I worked for a publishing house where I was doing formatting. And at one point, one of their editors, something happened, and they asked me to edit a book, and that was the worst decision ever. I am not a good editor. You know all those horror stories where someone's like, if the person's mean to you, that's not a good editor?
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, if you haven't done your research, the one book that they put me on was probably actually the worst book they could have put me on. Person was very religious based, which in and of itself is fine. Except for in this particular book, they were trying to hype up one religion while putting down another, but everything they had about that other one was all false information. And I'm sorry, if you're not going to have correct information for a real religion, fuck you. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. And yes, I got very nasty in my editing comments. I'm like, this is not fact, you need to do research. And that happened like every few sentences. And I was just like, I was meaner than a hornet. And I finally emailed I finally quit about halfway through, and I was like, I can't finish editing this book, and if you see my comments, you'll understand why. And they were like, I don't think you're a good fit for this job. I'm like, yeah, you're probably correct.
That's funny.
And ever since then, I'm like, I don't volunteer to beta read. I don't volunteer to do like critique swaps or anything like that. I'm just like, I'm probably not the person you want to look for. Just say it.
So I don't mind beta reading because I feel like if you hand me something to beta read, I won't do any favors. I say, oh, everything was great. It was wonderful. And it was the best thing I've ever read in my entire life. You're going to be the best author ever. I don't think it's going to do anybody any good. So, Adrian Santiago, he had shared like a chapter of his writing, and he writes like romance and space opera and science fiction, kind of rolled into one with his own magic system. Okay, I haven't really read any of his books. He has a whole book out. I haven't read it, but he was reading. But he's like, I have this other one. I'm trying to. Anyways, so it was like a chapter, and it was seen, and I was like, so I said to him things such as, hey, you do a really good job showing this, showing that, but then when you get to this person feeling this way, you just say, she felt this. You didn't tell me why. You just told me. You didn't show me with her reaction or her facial expression like you did all the way up until this very tiny little paragraph, and you just kind of threw me out of the storytelling. Like I was, and so I said, okay, I like this, but I didn't like that. I like this, I didn't like that. And I'm like, I feel like you overused this word and you used this phrase like 4 times in one page. And so I was pretty detailed and gave him specific examples of what happened. And you know what he said? He goes, thanks. This is exactly what I was looking for because I gave this to someone else and all they said was, yay, and great job. And I really like your story, but I didn't know what I need to fix. So
Sorry,
uh,
Mister.
he said it's exactly what he wanted for someone. Uh,
And
so,
and if someone really wants the tough love, like I want that. I want you to tear apart my shit. I want all of the red marks. Tell me my work is shit. I want that. But other people don't. And I understand that. And I'm just like, I'm not the person you want. Nah.
yes, it is a compliment sandwich just because that is the best way to tell people things. I like this, don't like that, like this, don't like that.
Yep.
Exactly what.
And I will, if I see something I like, I will hype all over. I'll be like, I fucking love this right here. This is perfect. More of this. But when I mean, I mean.
I love editing other people's books. So, anybody wants me to edit your book, I will totally read it and edit it, and like comment all over it and do suggestions all over it because I haven't re-seen those words 20 million times before I have to edit it myself. So, if anybody wants me to read it and give you compliment sandwiches out of my butt, then go ahead.
Eventually, I'll be doing calls for beta readers. I'll be like, I can format stuff for you, but don't ask me to read your stuff. You won't like it.
It's all right.
Uh, Rachel says I need to play D&D one day. I highly recommend it. My husband actually is just playing. He's I don't know, they might be done already, but he had a D&D session tonight with his crew, and I haven't played D&D except for like a couple times here and there since we moved up here. So it's been 4 years since I played D&D. And then last summer, the girls got an opportunity. There was someone in town who was trying to teach kids how to play D&D. So they had a summer D&D session where they got to play D&D. And they loved it. And I'm hoping they do it again this year. Because that would be cool. And yes, Rachel is Magical Girl Summer. I am here for this. Why would I do that? Rachel says, I love editing my own books. I'm the same as you, Skye. If I edited, yes. I get mean. I don't mean to be. It's just that when something annoys me, it annoys me. Why is it? Sorry, my computer's doing weird stuff.
When isn't it doing weird stuff?
That's very true. I'm over here looking at the chat on YouTube, and I did the pop out chat, and every time I try to hover over something, it does weird things. Anyways, okay. Oh, that's what you were commenting on. I was like, where'd you get compliment sandwich from? That comment was not showing up.
Oh,
I just
it's
switched
showing.
it from top chat to live chat, and now it's showing up.
Oh, got it. So now you're like, what conversation are you having? I'm having it in my head with myself, like I do all the time.
I mean, you could have been. Like, I don't know. You're living your best life, and I'm here for it.
Something.
JC wants to know if you do beta reading for contemporary romance. Laura might have actually called it a dramatic contemporary romance. Is it a soap opera?
Yes. I mean, the only thing I'm not really a big fan of reading is historical romance. Mainly because I like history a lot, so I feel like I might be a little too harsh on that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, this is not accurate. They didn't have buttons in the 1700 or whatever, or something. Yes,
I'm sitting over here reading historical romance, going, blah, blah, blah. I have no idea what's going on in this time period. So this could all be false information, and I won't know the difference. Blah blah blah.
Although I did read Overlander. No, is that what it's called?
Outlander.
Outlander. I read that one. It is really good. It was really long. Yes, JC, hit me up. I will totally beta read, edit, shower you with praise, or make you regret you ever met me. Either way, but I will totally read your work. No, I'll be nice about it. You know I will.
I think I got through the whole chat. right, we ready to do another sprint?
Yes.
You,
I don't know what I'm
you
gonna do
push.
now. I don't know
Yeah, I
what
was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
do.
I have no idea what I'm gonna do now.
Uh,
I
I'll,
don't know
I'll, I'll
stuff,
figure it out.
things.
We'll see.
Yep, we have 25 minutes. JC says, as long as you give me the truth, good or bad, I'm fine. See, I'm the same way. I want the same thing.
Okay. All right. Let's do this and figure out something, right?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, look at me. You know what the other thing I did during that sprint? I made prompts. So we got our second prompt here. For anyone who wants to write, you do not have to write the prompt. It's just there if you want to write but don't know what you want to write about. And this one says, there's trolls in the forest, aren't there? Nasty trolls that like to suck the marrow from your bones, right? I'm afraid you'll have to venture on alone, sir. I don't want to meet a troll. So there we go. That's our prompt. You don't have to write it if you don't want to. I'm on a fairy tale kick if you couldn't notice because like the last 4 books I've read have been fairy tale retellings. I'm here for it. Anyways, 25 minutes starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that's time. Let us know what you did and how you did in the comments.
So I put one of your spreadsheets to use.
Oh,
The word tracking one.
okay.
So like the first 4 months is not going to really show me how much I wrote on a daily basis. So I
Mhm.
just looked up the word count of the 3 finished products that I have,
Okay,
and I
fair.
inputted when I finished them. So the short story for the To LA with Love charity anthology that releases on June 10th.
Okay.
uh, that one was 3,961 words. Then the pizza bowling alley short story that I wrote that is there. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. That was 3,191 words, and then douchebag Shane's story is 20,894 words.
I am not gonna lie. That's the one I want to read of like the series. I want to read douchebag Shane's story so badly. And I love how we call him that, even though it's supposed to be like a redemption arc, but we still call him douchebag Shane.
Yes. So for a total of all of those 3 together, 28,046 words. Because
Nice.
again, I'm just tracking what I've already written.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So let's see. Where's my template? Where is my actual chapter? Dumb me put the link to the book related one. I call it my grand tracking spreadsheet because I track a little bit of everything in it. Um, but I dropped the link into the comments and forgot to change the settings on it so that others could view it. And so I had to fix that.
um,
So, oops,
I did make a copy of that one too, but I'm gonna fill that out later.
that's fine. And then I started working on my writing prompt story, which according to Vellum has 112 pages. But I'm going to include at least 3 examples where someone takes the writing prompt, and writes stories. And then I have a section where I want to talk about writing challenges and using the prompts in conjunction with writing challenges, and then the why am I qualified to talk about this shit section that I feel like is in every nonfiction book ever,
It's true. It's true.
and I almost always skip.
All right.
Uh,
All right. So
sorry, go ahead.
once you get to the comments, I want to read to you someone's author bio in this anthology from the writing group. And what you just said about no one reads them made me think of it. And it's really funny. And I want to read it to you. It might give you ideas.
Okay. So Rachel said only got 41 words, got distracted. That's fine. All words matter. And JC started working on the thumbnail, started to upload the video onto Patreon, and getting ready to do a post on community tab about updating more stuff. Store stuff. Yay! Store stuff! JC has been working on store stuff all week. All week. I feel like it's been all week. Off and on all week at least. All right, go ahead. Read me this author bio that no one reads.
All right. So the author's name is Dennis Waller. He started out writing nonfiction, but he's kind of ventured over to other stuff. Dennis Waller is a man of many talents, a self-proclaimed master herder of cats, although mostly they just nap and judge him. He also holds a doctorate in chicken whispering from a correspondence school in Belgium. His expertise extends to the ornithological, specifically the ritual mating habits of the African swallow, a subject he's currently writing a 12-volume book on, titled Swallows, When in Rome, Do as the Swallows Do. A staunch defender of llamas, their noble creatures, and a vocal critic of alpacas. Frankly, they're just not very nice. Waller also fancies himself a feeder of ravens, convinced they hold the secrets of the universe, and possibly his missing car keys. In his spare time, he operates as a mouse detective, aided by his highly trained and mostly unhelpful legion of cats. It should be noted that Mr. Waller's relationship with the truth is fluid. He possesses a particular fondness for embellishing tales, especially those involving the color purple. His alleged his alleged sojourn his alleged I can't read this word sojourn Sojourn with
So,
Salma Hayek. Yeah, sojourn with Salma Hayek, for which he claims to have photographic evidence, though the photos are suspiciously all of his Aunt Mildred, and that time he claims to have won the World Jenga Championship using only his feet. The widely circulated photo of him nailed to a coffee table, however, is considered by most to be genuine, a fact corroborated by his dog Barry in a sworn affidavit, paw printed naturally. Should you consider Dennis Waller, should you encounter Dennis Waller, you are advised to notify the Elizabeth Arkham Asylum immediately and proceed with extreme caution. He is, in short, a walking, talking purveyor of tall tales and questionable life choices. But let's be honest, you weren't really going to read this far, were you? Nobody reads these things, which is why we can get away with this utter nonsense, this farrago of nonsense that would make Peter Sellers blush, but not Monty Python. They'd probably try to make him a member. So you could be as ridiculous with whatever as you want.
I love that, and I recognized a couple of the Easter eggs in there from various things, including the African swallow versus European swallow Monty Python reference. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, I get that.
okay, good.
So that was fantastic. I love that, and I like the fact that it pointed out that no one ever reads those things.
Yes.
JC said yes. It's been all week, all week. And Rachel asked if anyone has TikTok tips. Stuck in the 300 400 view jail. I do not use TikTok except to, at this point in time, my sisters will send me TikToks randomly through our group chat, and then I go on a doom scrolling session where I scroll for hours on end, and that's it. That's it. I don't post to TikTok, so I got nothing. Sorry.
I have several, and my advice to you is do whatever you want, whatever. I have no advice really. Like my views are in the hundreds, not much more than that. Um, my husband has gotten thousands and thousands of views on his, but they're not original. So a while back we are like, who's going to get more views and more subscribers on TikTok? Like back in like 2020, 2021. So Jesse started just duetting a bunch of videos and like sitting here stone faced like this while it played. So much so that a girl that survived cancer and depression messaged him, wanted to know if he was okay. Yeah, why? Because you look really sad and lonely. And are you okay? There's numbers you can reach, you can call to help. And so then he explained to him, like, I can get more views online just by looking at the camera and doing nothing else. So, I might want to strangle him once in a while, but other than that, it's okay. I don't know. Sometimes I do like slideshows where it's like uh, lines from the book. They'll like do well, and sometimes I just do like I did page flips for a while, and that did well. Like where you do film, you like page flipping the book, and then you put over the top of the page flipping of the book, like some quotes from what the book's about. Uh, I don't know. Like I know that there's some people out there that have like 3 or 4 different TikTok accounts, and they just post the same thing to all 4 accounts twice a day, every day, forever until they die, and then they get views that way. But I haven't figured that out.
There's someone I recently started following. I'll have to see if I can find their channel because I cannot remember who it is off the top of my head. That their whole job is digital marketing, and they're also an author tuber.
I
But
want to
they've done a
say her
couple.
name. What is her name? Katie? No.
You mentioned the multiple TikTok accounts, and the first person I thought of was Katie Wismer, but she hasn't really done any like TikTok advice videos on
No.
tips and tricks.
It's someone else.
I'm looking through my subscription list now to see if I can figure out who it was. But of course, I'm subscribed to so many different kinds of channels that I don't know. I wish you could like organize them into folders. I'd be like, these are author tubers, these are music people, these are animators. don't even know. I don't know who it was. I'll have to look at it later. I'm gonna find it later. Katie Wismer has 7 TikToks. Yeah, she has a lot, and she uses every single one of them for different things.
Yeah.
Is that this person? Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Oops. That's not who it was. Stop barking, where shall we? I could not remember who it is. The person I'm thinking of, I know it's not Katie. Is but
No, it's not. It's not Katie Wismer. Yeah. So I started a TikTok account where it was just like random crap, and then I was like, I'm gonna have like just my book stuff. It was a lot of work, and then I was kind of thinking of having like another one, and I was gonna try to see like, do I do better with um, slideshows where it's just like 5 to 6 or 7 pictures and you have to slide through to like read on each one, or no, and then another one was going to be all about like me talking, like quick little videos about my books, and I'm talking with my voice and see which one I do better with, like view wise, that correlates to sales. But I don't know, we'll see. I don't know.
See, now it's gonna bug me. I'm gonna have to look for it, even if I just look for it on the Sprint. Someone I just recently subscribed to too, so I shouldn't be that hard to find, but apparently it is. Okay, let's see. JC shared the video where Katie talked about going from 600 to more than 12K using TikTok. God, if I could get that kind of success, I'd probably use TikTok. Just saying. Yeah, I need to may need to make burner accounts. Rachel is a faceless account, so it makes it kind of hard. I haven't done slideshows yet, but need to try. Katie was the whole reason I'm even considering using TikTok, but I can't bring myself to it yet.
So yeah, the one slideshow that I did. So for a while, I was doing a 10-second video. So it was like a 5-second slide and then another 5-second like video slide. And the first picture was like when you meet him, dot dot dot. But he's already taken. It was on the next slide, for example. So it was just like a 10-second video. Heck. I want to say the last name was Strictly. Katie Strictly or something like that. But I could be wrong.
Becca C. Smith also has a video about TikTok. That's what Becca's doing now, right? Too. I think she's doing content creation, like for other people, like as a PA. Oh, this might be it.
Is it Katie Steckley? She talked a lot about like Instagram and YouTube and how to film yourself for YouTube.
I found the exact video. Hold on.
Okay.
It's Kate. Kate Allen. Kate Hall. Her channel is Kate Allen Digital. I think it's Allen. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm just gonna put it in the. If I can type. Oh, that is not it. Ignore that. Let's delete that. I just basically shared the same link that I've already shared, so that didn't work. Hold on, let me grab this link. Do. It's like how I make six figures. Copy the link, please. Thank you. How I make six figures as a self-published author with TikTok and Reels.
Oh, okay. I found it.
Boom! It's shared in the comments now. And I actually shared the right link this time.
Oh, I have subscribed to her. Okay.
I watched this one like only a couple weeks ago, and that's the one that I've most recently seen with like tips on how to do different TikTok things. There's probably others, but that's the one I've most recently watched. But again, because I don't use TikTok, I have really no help whatsoever.
I mean, there's so many people like do this, like do it twice a day every day, or do it once a day every day, or whatever. And I don't know. I'm not really good at like those skits or acting out things.
I think like how JC's saying that Becca takes clients on to help them with their TikTok. I feel like if I was in a different phase of my life, that would be so much fun because honestly, I really do enjoy creating content. Like my favorite thing to do right now is edit videos. I absolutely love editing videos, and I'm subscribed to someone whose whole they do videos on how to edit videos, but they also own a creative business where that's what they do for people is that they they edit their clients' videos, and that's the whole thing. And I'm like, man, that's what I want to do. That's the kind of thing I want to do. And I do not have at this moment in time the time or energy to do that kind of stuff for other people other than myself. And I'm just like, but that's what I really want to do. Like I would love just to do video editing for other people. Straight up. So but maybe I'm weird that way. JC agrees with me, so at least one other person agrees. Rachel has been posting 2 to 3 times a day, but can never get more than 400 views no matter the engagement. Oh, that sucks. That's one thing I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about how the views work with TikTok.
What's funny is like, well, it will work for one person, it won't work for doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Won't work for the next person. So I don't know.
And I feel like algorithms change all the time too. So, and I can't keep up with that stuff. Please don't ask me to.
I mean, I spent 55 days posting every single day on Instagram and Facebook. It didn't really do much. I don't feel like.
I have plans for the month of December to post a daily video that I'm filming. I'm pre-filming early. In fact, actually, my husband laughed at me the other day because I was like, "Ooh, you're at work and it says I got a package. Can you pick it up from the post office?" So he did. And he got home and he was like, "So what's in the package?" So I opened it up and I showed him and he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because I'm making videos that are Christmas themed, and it's a Mrs. Claus costume." He's like, "Why? Why do you have a Mrs. Claus costume?" And I'm like, "Because I'm gonna dress up for my Christmas videos. Shut your face and leave me alone." And today the weather was like 100 degrees, it feels like, because the house is just now at 11 o'clock at night, cool enough that we're not dying and sweating buckets. And here I'm going to wear a long sleeve dress that's made of felt.
You're
I'm
going
dedicating
on
my
there.
videos.
You could just wear a red shirt, you know.
No, it's not the same. But to be fair, part of it stems from the fact that when I was working at a used bookstore many, many years ago, and I was in charge of the children's section, we did a Christmas event where we did like story time for the kids. And I dressed up as Santa, not Mrs. Claus, Santa Claus, beard and everything. And I read to the kids. So
Okay.
it's their fault. It spurred the idea. Gosh, something smells
Totally.
good. What is he making? I need to find out what he's making. Hold on. What a memento. I'm being weird. Give me a second.
You're fine.
Answer your phone. The kitchen's all the way across the house, so I'm calling him.
What?
What are you making?
Food.
That's not helpful. I can smell it. It smells like cinnamon. Are you making something with cinnamon?
Maybe.
Are you making cinnamon rolls?
Maybe.
Do I get a cinnamon roll?
Maybe.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Love you. Bye. I wasn't hungry, and then all of a sudden I just got hit in the face with the scent, and I was like, I need to know what he's making. TikTok is so weird. I get YouTube, TikTok not so much, and then there's more videos. I'm gonna have to go back and watch some of these videos myself because I'm like, I don't know what all these videos are. I think I have seen Becca's video a long time ago. I think.
But it's always nice to like rewatch stuff because then you watch it once and you pick up on one piece and then you watch it again and then something else speaks to you.
Yeah.
Speaks to your soul and helps you not die. No.
And then there's also times where you watch a video and you're like, I need to implement that later, and then you completely space it and forget about it, and then it comes back around again. Like, oh yeah, I forgot. The fact that he puts up with me is fantastic. He was like, he every once in a while I'll call him for random things when he's in the house. He's just like, why are you calling me? I'm in the house with you. And I know that's exactly what that one was. He was just like, you idiot. You could just walk through the house and talk to me instead of calling me.
But it's so far.
It's like 200 steps. I don't wanna.
Sometimes I'll call the kids out of their bedroom, which is literally like right there. And I'll be like, Jackson, Ellie. And they're like, what? I'm like, can you have me my drink over on the counter?
I've done that.
And they do it.
They could be like 5 feet away, and I'll be like, can you bring that to me? You can say no, just so you know. It's fantastic. Why you call me out like that? Call me out too. It's okay. I will implement the things actually eventually. Ooh. Let's see. Today there are so many different writing challenges and stuff going on. And speaking of implementing all the things, my magical girl, are those what I think they are? Is that what I think? Yay! Thank you. I love you. He made me a cinnamon roll.
Don't drop it.
I'm not gonna drop it.
Like slide it on the plate.
Even if it drops on the floor, I'm gonna eat it. I'm sorry, I don't care if it's covered in dog hair.
That's going a little far there, Missy. Do we need to call a doctor for you?
Probably.
Okay. I'm sure where.
No one ever said I was sane.
But that's why we're friends. D.
Rachel says, oh my god, my husband is the best, does everything for me. I love it. I'm here for it. Oh my god, that smells so good. Okay, let's do a writing sprint so I can eat my cinnamon roll while it's still warm.
We want to watch you eat it, and then we'll record it, and then we'll sell it and call it food porn. It's been a long day. Just ignore me. It's fine.
But going back to what I was saying about the challenges, because I saw JC's comment about implementing things eventually. So tomorrow starts my magical girl transformation, because I'm going to be doing like Jenna Streety did a video about 6 months to change your life, and I was like, well, my word of the year is magical girl transformation. It's time to implement it. And so I like took bits and pieces from various people's challenges and put it all together for my own. And it starts tomorrow. But then there's also more writing challenges, various ones happening, including the one that started today Not tomorrow, weirdly enough.
Yes, 1,000 Days of Summer. I Googled it, and it coincides with like the ending of the school year. So as soon as the school year is over, then it starts.
Which makes sense because my kid's last day of school was the 29th.
And
One
the
of mine
kids'
got
last
out
day of school
28th.
here was the 22nd.
See, okay, that
So
makes sense.
there's
I
that.
was curious.
But
About
like
that.
West Coast, they're still in school till like June 5th and 12th. So
So, it works. Whatever works. But yeah, I'm gonna go do some writing. I'm gonna eat my cinnamon roll, and we'll come back and chat some more. Sound
okay.
good?
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. So here is our third prompt for anyone who wants to write but doesn't know what they want to write about. You do not have to use the prompt, and it says, "I don't know what happened. One second he was a normal human man, and the next he was this. Help! Fix him." No idea what happened. That's up to you. Here we go. 25 minutes on the clock, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that's time. Let us know how you did, what you did in the comments.
I did some stuff. I realized tomorrow's June 1st. I mean, I knew it was June 1st, but I told myself a week ago I wanted to finalize my 75 author, hard edition stuff. Like I was going to jump on that whole bandwagon, about what I wanted to do. And I thought, 2,000 words, sure, I'll do that. But I know myself, I won't be able to write 2,000 words a day. So this is what I've come up with. So between June 1st, 75 days later is August 15th, which is coincidentally a day that I had written in my calendar that I wanted a short story done by. So between now and August 15th, this is my plan. Okay. Is to write 1,000 words a day except for Sundays. 1,000 words a day towards my writing projects except for Sunday, because Sunday is the day I'm going to write a Substack newsletter thing about my updates about my progress. So I'm still going to be writing words, but it's not going to be writing towards a project. Okay.
Makes sense.
And and then I'm going to get back to my 2 times a week YouTube videos that I used to do a while back, like 2 videos a week. And then I also want to, instead of saying I'm going to post to all the social media, I'm going to say I want to post to social media twice a day. It could mean
too much for me. I'm sorry.
No. This is what I'm thinking. So if I do an Instagram post on Instagram, it automatically goes to Facebook. There's 2 posts.
That's 2 posts.
If I post a video on TikTok, then I'll share it as a reel on YouTube and or Instagram. So that's 2 places in that same day too.
Okay.
That's one. Okay. So still basically just once a day, but share it in more places than where I post it to. And as far as my writing projects, what did I write down? Okay, so 1,000 words a day except for Sunday. Finish 2 stories completely. One I hope will be done sometime in July, and then one I'm going to get done by August 15th, and that's a short story. And then I'm going to want to outline a book that I want to have done by the end of October.
Okay.
So a novella, really, because I don't write novels. A novella, a short story, and an outline by August 15th. So we'll see how long I keep up with this. That's my pie in the sky goal. Mind you, I did not say I was going to write 2,000 words a day because I know I wouldn't be able to do that. I've tried; it doesn't work.
Is this the 70 your rendition of the 75 hard challenge?
Yes, this is hard for me.
There was another person who's basically taken the 75 hard challenge and halving it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. She just posted an update today, so it should actually be in my watch later playlist because I haven't watched it yet. Casey, where are you at, Casey? Today's just been all about sharing all of the YouTube videos. There we go, Casey.
That's okay.
I cannot pronounce her last name. It's Casey McCormick. Sifsy. It's not Sifsy, but it's spelled similar. Okay, anyways, let me put this in the comments. Casey's 222 sustainable. And it was her take on the 75 hard challenge. Actually, that's the wrong video. That's her update video.
I know I wouldn't be able to do the 75 extreme. That's crazy talk, people.
Totally can. Totally. Hi. My husband really loves me, guys.
What did he bring you this time?
It's grilled cheese.
I love grilled cheese.
I do too. He made himself pizza rolls, but I do not. I'm not a fan of pizza rolls, so he made me grilled cheese. I paused the cat right on 0.
Woohoo.
Okay, so Casey's it's the 222 sustainable. It's basically like the 75 hard challenge, but it's like cut in half. And she talked about like making it fit your life and what you've got going on and what you are actually able to do yourself. So that's why I put that in the comment section for anyone that wants to watch that. And she posted an update for her first week today. So,
I mean, I think the only thing that's being like probably might be hard on me is being consistent with my word count. Probably. So,
and that's why I chose sprints.
oh, that's right.
I chose sprints because of that reason. I was like, I think I can manage 2 a day because I can do if I have to, I can do one in the morning and one at night. Let's be realistic. I'm probably gonna do both on my lunch break at work. Just saying. But realistically speaking, I could technically do one when I get home from work before I go to bed, and one when I get up before I go to work, Monday through Friday. And that's why I chose to make mine sprints instead of, and that way I can also work on other things than just writing. Like I don't have to worry about trying to meet a word count if I'm editing stories. Because if I'm trying to have something that's publishable by next year, I need to also have time for editing, formatting, all that other admin related stuff too. That was my thought process.
That's true.
Just says
But I also like know that I don't. My day's done on Sunday. By the time I get home from church, I just pretty much veg out and or take a nap for the rest of the day, depending on how Saturday nights go. And so that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna. It's during the school year when school's back in session. Like once like the end of August hits, then Monday will be the day that I don't write at all because Monday is a heavy day with schoolwork.
Yeah, Monday right now is my heavy day with schoolwork, and then Sundays are my reset days. And Mondays are usually the days like I meet with Amy and we do like a video chat offline on Mondays, and we both basically just we chit chat for a little bit, and then we get to work on schoolwork because we're both doing various school things. That's pretty much what we do.
I'm going to answer for Skye because I already know what she'd say. Drop the link, lady.
Yeah.
We're all about caring and sharing and all that jazz.
Drop the link. Yep. JC finished thumbnails during the sprint and posted on Community Tab and a couple other places about store stuff. Yay, drop the link. Yep, do so. I've already seen the store. I feel specials. So, is it bad that I'm both looking forward to starting my 6-1 thing tomorrow and I'm terrified at the same time?
Well, what time is it there?
It is 10 minutes to midnight.
So technically,
I'm getting ready to start on this next sprint, this last sprint of the night. I am going to be writing.
Technically.
It'll count as my first, actually no, because it's Sunday and I don't write on Sundays, so it'll be a bonus sprint.
Oh.
Look at me there.
Laura's here. Hi.
Hi, Laura.
Hi. We're going to be writing till 3 a.m. because, no, we're going to be streaming to 3 a.m. because I had a nice big cup of coffee. And I'll be here to cheer you on.
I might not be streaming that long because Justin has work tomorrow. So when he comes.
Liar.
That is true.
Liar.
We bought me this fancy lamp just so that we could turn off the main bedroom light so he could sleep and I can continue working.
See?
JC says I was part of the upgrade process. Yes. I helped. Woo! That's a normal feeling. Laura's family gets to town tomorrow. That's awesome. That's exciting.
Yay.
Because that means you're going. If I remember right, if I remember right, you said something about when your family visits, you're going to back to Disney for a trip. If I may be mixing stuff up. I may be mixing up events, but I feel like that was said at some point. Laura says I worked a lot this week, going in early tonight too. Ooh, do you work nights? Laura, are we both night workers? Night shift workers? Ooh. Yes, DeHubs is a very good man. We like him. There's going to be 10 people in this house. Woof. Well, hold on. Let me see. Between me and my family, that's 4 of us. My parents, both my sisters, one of my sister's children's, and then my other sister's partner, who she gets married to in November. So that's 11 people. So I can't say anything. When my family gets together, there's 11 of us. Imagine going to restaurants with that many people in a small town. It's fun. They see us coming a mile away, and they're like, "Oh fuck."
Hide the good silverware.
We tip very well when we come in that large of a party, though. I will say that. Because I think every one of us is like, "Here's some tip money. Here's some tip money," and we just throw some tip money down. We try to be good people when we're out at a very large party like that. Laura's going to Disneyland on June 11th. Awesome. Yeah. I don't think I can handle going to Disney. I want to so badly, but I don't think I can handle it. My battery would just drain. I'd be like this the rest of the day. I would melt, and not from heat.
Well, I don't do roller coasters or Ferris wheels or heights. But I would
No
be there for all
Disneyland for
the
you.
tasty food.
That's expensive too. Oof.
Yes.
Okay, Laura says I work during the day. Autocorrect. Blah, blah. Autocorrect turned tomorrow into tonight. Got it. Now I understand. Okay. I didn't think you worked nights because of what your job is. But then
That'd be weird if you did.
But then I know you live in a different state and maybe the rules are different there. So for all I knew, maybe you did. Because Laura's basically working the job I had 2 years ago. Because you're working as an activities assistant, correct? Did I get the terminology right? And when I was doing it, I was activities director because I was the head person over the activities, which was a fun job, physically demanding, but fun. And the only reason I switched jobs to doing what I'm doing now is because they were trying to force me to become a CNA because they kept losing CNAs left and right. And actually, they're going through the same thing right now. They've lost almost all their CNAs and are borrowing from other companies. It's fantastic. How to tell you're from a small town?
Wait, what's the population of your town?
3,000. My kids' graduating class will be less than 100.
Okay.
Whereas my graduating class was over 300.
I don't know how big my graduating class was.
So that's fun. Yep, activities assistant. Awesome, I got it right. All right.
All right, so Skye knows this, but I'm going to tell you guys. I am in the process of changing my book covers on my Small Town Romance series into something that's more eye-catching and not so like blendable into the background of everybody's books. I did that because I wanted to put them in Kindle Unlimited, and I'm glad I did it because when I went to update the paperback cover of my first book in the series, Kindle gave me, or Amazon gave me an error saying that like 12 random pages, the font was too deep in the margin. But the file I have did not show that. So I spent a day fixing that. And so all the covers of the paperback and ebook match, and they're different type. And then I also, a long while back, I created two different journals, but one of them doesn't have my name on the cover, so I re-uploaded it, I guess, into Amazon. It's such a basic journal, and when I had this printed out in campground, people bought it like crazy. It was, I want to think it was like 80 or 100 pages. It was a blank journal. It said, what are you thankful or I'm thankful for? And it was made to be like during like the holiday season where like kids or parents are like, or teachers want you to like write about what you're thankful for, during the Thanksgiving season. So that's posted up as an ebook. No, not as an ebook, as a paperback under my Stephanie Marie Whitson name. And then my first 3 books that I ever wrote, these, is underneath this name. Why is it underneath this name and not my whole name? Let me tell you why. Because it is a pain in the fucking ass to get my whole name on with this font on this cover. And it doesn't look squished. So everything's there. So this and is under SM Whitson. It's my same picture. It's not a secret. I'm not like hiding a persona or anything like that. I'm not even making 2 different like social media accounts or whatever. Like I just have it under 2 different ones. It's fine. But those 3 are in Kindle Unlimited now. The Tears of Yesterday and Storms of Today and The Dark Side of Tomorrow. I have a hard time remembering that 3rd title. I don't know why. And then I ended up raising the prices of my paperbacks because of the changes on Amazon with the cost of paperbacks. If it's under $9.99, it gets down to like 50% royalty instead of 60% or something like that. And so my books are either $9.99 for like the very short story ones, paperback. Or why would you buy a 70-page paperback when you just read it as an ebook? But whatever. And then my longer novels, instead of being $14.99 and earning like, I think it was like $2 per book, it's $17.99, but they're all like 300 pages or more. So I feel like that was, and I still earned less than $5 a book. But I'm hoping that once I'm able to put my romance series in Kindle Unlimited, then people will read it more often. I'm hoping. If me talking about it more often, like in various places, works. I did have my Small 10 romance series distributed through Drafted Digital, and they distributed it to like libraries and Apple and things. So I'm just waiting for them to remove it from the last library platform, which is Hoopla. And once that is done, then I'll be like, hey guys, guess what? You should read a page or 2. Please read my book. It's nice. No one dies. No one dies. There's kissing.
Jess wants to know if they're sweet romances.
The
small town ones.
Yes, the small
town ones. I feel like they are, yeah.
I guess I was going to show you what they freaking look like, but it doesn't matter.
Just change the covers.
Let's see.
And yes, Jess, that is a small graduating class. Is that how big your graduating class was, just out of curiosity? Because that's small. That's a small 10 people.
That is small. I don't know.
That was my most graduating class. When I did a 2-year community college specialized program, and I think total there was 11 of us, and only 10 of us, or either 10 or 9 of us, graduated after the 2 years. So, yeah. My college graduating class was smaller.
Okay. I officially hate Amazon. Okay.
Uh-oh. Are you having problems with the show?
when you pull open my 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 small town romance series, it has updated covers on the website for books
Okay.
2, 3, and 4, but not the first book.
Sorry, that's not part
Riddle
of the
me,
notes.
riddle me that. Like,
Is the first one the one you were having trouble with earlier, though?
yes, oh my
That's why.
god. So, I will,
Yep, it's updated all but the first one.
yeah,
I'm just gonna drop this link in here.
cool.
Grab this link, drop it in the comments.
Yes, so my small town romance series called Tales of the Heart which is that link right there. It is sweet romances, meaning it is all closed door, fade to black stuff. Um, it's set in a small coastal town called Rockaway Beach. It is based on a real town that I lived in, but that's where the similarities end. And then the last book in the series that is published so far, A Change of Heart, is set in the town next to it. Why did I make a new town? Because I realized my town didn't have a library. Instead of making up a whole new, like, backtracking, I decided to add a new town to the shared world and have some characters from the first 2 books kind of pop in so people know that it's all a combined world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which means technically you could do more books in the series.
Yes, I could. So I'm going to
I think you have at least one more planned.
freaking me out, cat. Just chill out. Okay. Yeah. So my next book is going to be published in July, and it's another small town romance. It is Jared's story. It's an age gap, but they're both in their 20s and 30s, so it's nothing hinky going on. And then I think I'm going to try to write a fall themed one where like characters from both towns like come together for like some kind of festival type thing event. Maybe I tried doing that at Christmas time and I was like, oh, there's so much stuff in that background. And I tried doing that. I was like, what if I write a red wedding into one of them? Because that means there's gonna be a lot of details and then my book will be longer. Because I was trying to make my book longer, and then partway through I was like, what am I doing? I had planned 2 weddings myself for my own and help plan others. I'm like, that's a lot of work. Never mind. I'm not doing that. I mean, they got married and like there's details, but it wasn't as elaborate as I was thinking in my head.
That's funny. All right. Let's see. Go through the comments.
So if you want to get a book now, that's totally great. If you want to wait until they're Kindle Limited, that's totally fine too. I don't care. I mean, if you like reading those books, then read them. Or wait, whatever.
I'm over here shopping.
I'm not a very good salesperson.
I'm over here shopping in JC's store and then realizing that I don't have money until next payday, which is next Friday. So, sad face. No shopping for me, other than window shopping. Oh well, that's okay. I'll get them then. Okay. All right. I think we are caught up on comments. Yes. All right. Let's do our 4th and final sprint. It is after midnight for me, which means it is officially June 1st, which means I can count this towards my 6-month challenge. Look at me go.
I think I'm actually going to write now.
Ooh, it's time to write. And look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Turn this way on. I stopped it right at 0.
Wow. That is pretty darn
That
good.
was not intentional, but it worked out that way. I was trying to stop it at the 3, and I had to click back over to the correct tab and almost missed it. So, anyways, here we go. 4th and final sprint. Here's our prompt for anyone who wants to use it. You don't have to. Trust me. And it says, I don't think True Love's Kiss is the cure for this particular curse, although you're welcome to try it. Just don't go about thinking I'll be your true love. We both know it's not true.
That's a cute one. I like that one.
So, going along with the fairy tale theme still. And here we go. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, I didn't realize my camera was still off. That is time, everyone. How'd you do? What'd you do? Let us know in the comments. I ate my grilled cheese and it was delicious.
Did you dip it in milk?
Nope, I just ate it like it was.
Or I can't think it was. All right. Let's see here. I wrote some things. I will tell you what I wrote. Let's see.
So I discovered that my writing prompt book, I had 800 prompts that were like scenarios, and then 200 prompts that were dialogue prompts. And I was like, let me even this up a little bit. So I have been putting in more dialogue prompts. So that would be 500 and 500. And that means I have 300 prompts that I could use towards a second writing prompt book in the future. Let me go. That's what I did.
Okay. I wrote 166 words, I guess. I'm coming in to the end of a scene, so I guess it's okay.
Okay. That works.
And then I will officially be end of chapter 1 because each chapter is a scene. That's how I do it. Like once they change locations, it's a new
Yeah, I
chapter.
pretty much do the same thing, so I understand that. Let's go into the comments. JC says, just hold up the cart. Yes, that's what I'm doing. It's going to stay in my cart, and if my website will remember it, I'll have to take a screenshot so I can come back to it. That's a good idea. We'll do that. That way, for some reason, it doesn't save it. I shut down my computer every night. This particular computer gets shut down. So that way, if it doesn't save it, I still got it. Let's see this. Laura said, Happy June. JC said, it's officially my birthday month. Happy birthday month! I think your birthday's in the middle of June? I don't know. I'll admit, I did not celebrate like the whole month for birthdays until, like, I still don't, but I didn't even like say it's my birthday month until I joined AuthorTube and I heard other people saying it, and I was just like, what is this? Okay, this is weird. I like it, but it's weird. Just said you still.
One year, I was like, you know what? For my birthday month, I'm going to try a new bottle of wine every day.
You're going to try to what?
And that, a new bottle of wine every day. It lasted 7 days. And I was like, I'm done.
That would get expensive quick.
They weren't like
Buy the little sample bottle.
Okay, to be fair, we had like joined this winery tasting place nearby, and we signed up for their membership. So it was like we got 3 bottles of wine, 3 bottles of red, but we weren't like heavy wine drinkers, so we had lots of them in the house. But still, my favorite wine is like a $14 or something like that from Safeway or Costco.
If you look on top of our pantry, it looks like we're alcoholics because there's so many different types of alcohol on our shelves. But both Justin and I are social drinkers. None of that except for the moonshine has been touched in 4 years. It moved up here from North Carolina with us. It will move back to North Carolina with us because we haven't touched it.
That's so funny.
The only thing that's gotten touched is the 1 bottle of wine that we bought specifically for like New Year's celebrations, and that was bought this year. Well, technically last year because it was bought in December 4th, January. That's what we do. Our tradition for like New Year's is at midnight we drink a glass of wine. I almost said champagne because we're using champagne flutes. Let's see. Just said you sold me. I added it to wish list, so when they are in unlimited, they should pop up for me as a suggested read. And JC said I played Subway Surfers and I'm waiting for video to upload to Patreon and YouTube. Awesome. Ooh, birthday's in 10 days. Well, happy early birthday. I'm here for it. What? Oh, it's my mic. Okay. Like, what keeps flapping around my head? It's the mic. Oh, stay put. How dare it.
So my point in my story is this little girl, she is getting ready to go from the gas station where she has to go in to pay at a check stand. And then she's going to go to her place that she's rented for a year. And I'm trying to decide if, in my process of like trying to figure it out, I think she's going to go and meet her landlady in front of the house to get her keys. So I was trying like, would the person just leave the keys in front of her house, like on the porch, because it's such a small town and no one's going to rob anybody? Should she go to the library and pick them up because it's a librarian as her landlady? I think I think what I'm gonna have her do is like go meet her from the house. And so the checker was like, "Oh, you're not on vacation, are you?" And the girl's like, "Nope, I'm actually just moved here." She goes, "Well, why here of all places?" And the character says, "Funny enough, I just threw a dart at the map, and this is where it landed." And then the checker's like, "Oh, where are you staying?" And she's like, "Oh, I was talking to some lady on the phone and emailing her, and this is where I rented a place." She's like, "You rented a place that was that sight unseen?" She's like, "Yeah." And then the girl's like, "Who did you talk to?" And she's like, "Oh, some lady called Gladys or Miss Gladys or something." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, she's fine. She knows everything about everyone. So whatever she rented to you, I'm sure will work out fine." And that's where I ended this thing that I was writing. I don't know.
Fair enough.
So
I'm trying to make sure I don't repeat prompts. So what I'm doing is I'm putting them all in a spreadsheet first, and then removing duplicates, just in case like I type the same one twice.
got it. So in your writing prompt book, are you just writing the prompts out, or are you like leaving space for them to write the prompts in the book?
That's one of the things I still have to decide. Like, part of me is debating leaving some space so that people could write, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, because most people
Don't write in books.
So to me,
Yeah.
that feels like a waste of space.
I mean, I have this one that I got.
There we go.
See, I got this one that I got, and it has space to like what the prompts are, and like put space for you to put the stickers for the 10 words, and then there's like 5 of these pages front and back, so you could write in it, but it doesn't lay flat. But it's also, look how thick it is.
That's a big boy.
So, but it also has stickers in the back.
Mine will not have stickers in the back.
Because you're supposed to. So, I only got it because I won it in a giveaway on Instagram, because I was like one person to enter the giveaway. So, I got it. So.
But yeah, I think I'll just have them listed out.
Yeah.
Just because that'll be easier. Especially since like there's some extra stuff that I want to include. Like, I still have to reach out. I had a couple people when I first started talking about doing this we're in 2025. I think I started talking about doing a writing prompt book. I jokingly mentioned it in like 2022. And I think I actively started working on this September 2023, with the plans of publishing it in 2024, and then I just didn't end up publishing it in 2024. And now we're getting to the point where hopefully I'll be publishing it soon.
That's okay. You can't rush the process.
The funny thing is, I've always had all the prompts. Well, now I'm adding new prompts because I decided to change up the formatting of it, but it'll give me a secondary writing prompt book in the end. But I have, if I could talk, please. I've had the prompts that I had. These have been sitting. I finished this last September. Like, I had all the prompts done, but because there were so many other things I wanted to add to it, I just kept putting it off and putting it off. And then for the past few days, I've been feeling the itch to do writing, but at the same time, I didn't want to start until June. Don't ask me why. I'm just weird that way. I was like, I haven't written anything all month. I don't want to start until June at this point. So, what did I start working on this morning when I was at the laundromat waiting for clothes to dry? Writing prompt book. So, now it's just a matter of finishing all those extras and then reaching out to some people when I first started talking about it who said, hey, can I be like a beta for this? And I need to reach out to them and be like, hey, so this is the idea I had. And the idea is to choose a couple people to read through some of the prompts and choose their favorite, and then have a whole bunch of people, whoever I reach out to, write a short story that's like 1,500 words or less based on that prompt so that I can have examples in the book of how people will take the same prompt and do different things with it. That was one of the things I always wanted to add, and I just haven't reached out to anyone to do that.
You've got mail.
So, yeah. It's on my list of things to do. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing it. JC says, you may have mentioned you in my blog several times. Aww. I love it. I do not know the answer to that question. I'll have to look it up. Okay, let's see. Anything else in the comments section? No. Does it still say live chat? Yes, it does. Okay. Why is... So yeah, if you're interested in being part of a writing prompt book and you want to read some writing prompts and, possibly write some short stories,
I'm volunteering.
eventually I will have a forum for that.
I'm volunteering. I always do that. No problem. I got it. Good. Count me in.
My kids want to do it too, and that was the cool thing I wanted to do, because I wanted to include some kids as well, so that I could show like the age range doesn't matter. And all of my writing prompts are like PG-13. So what you do with the prompt is up to you, but the prompts themselves
Could be, about food porn or something, right?
You're gonna bring that back around to the food porn every single time, aren't you?
Today, yes.
So yeah, the prompts themselves are like PG-13. What you do with the prompt, I mean, you can take a prompt and turn it into erotica. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just saying, add all the spice. But yeah, eventually, when I get the stuff done that I want to do, then I'll be reaching out to people and be like, so here's the plan. This is what I need. And this is, you know how your son keeps bothering you about the fantasy story? We're talking
Yes.
fish. This is the one, the writing prompt book is the one where both my kids are like, hey, have you finished that so we can start reading through some of the prompts and like writing some short stories? This is the one that they bother me about.
What I want to happen is I want to finish my pie in the sky goal earlier this year was to finish my fantasy adventure novel, the one with the talking fish and the water dragon and the trees that are talking and throwing nicely chopped piles of wood, whatever. That one, I wanted to have it finished, and I wanted to have a printed copy to present to my boy on his birthday. Say, look, I finished it. Read it now and tell me what you think. Since you bugged me for, actually, I wrote it the first, like 18,000 words of it in July of 2020.
Okay.
It's been that long. It's 2025.
Right.
I mean, I should probably work on that a little bit, right?
Maybe just a little bit. You could do it this month, or for this challenge that you're doing. But I think you've already mentioned all the projects. You got all your projects picked out for this challenge.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. It is a lot. But I mean, it said like 23,000 or 24,000 words, so it's a good chunk of words written already.
Okay.
So like, for be like, never mind, that's a bad opening. It's not an opening; it's a short story.
I really enjoy writing short stories and novellas. Like they are, I don't know what it is about them lately. I love reading them and I love writing them. And I've hit that point where like I'm reading these 200-page books and I'm hearing other people who are used to reading like 500 to 1,000-page books. Like that's their normal range. So they are saying these 200-page books are really short. I'm like, that's really long to me because I'm so used to reading short stuff now. And it's not that it's actually short because 200 it's not that it's actually long because a 200-page book is not that long. But at the same time, I'm so used to reading short stories that I'm just like, 200 pages is a lot.
All right. So speaking of long stories versus short stories,
Yes.
so this is the book that I was having trouble with the file
Yeah.
today. So this is about, and so to see how this takes up a good chunk of the page. So I removed this all and did like one space, like one return line, and then I wrote out the word 28 or 38 or whatever, another return line, and then I started writing the chapter, okay? Because I thought take up less space on the damn paper, so that, and then I made it so it was single space instead of 1.15 space and no return after a paragraph.
Okay.
So there's no spaces after, there's no extra space after each paragraph. Somehow, my 341 page one that has, it's pretty spacey, has now turned to like 437 pages.
This is why I format the way I do.
But I went through and like, there's nothing weird about it. The only thing I changed,
You made it smaller.
no, like I made it smaller. It's still 11 font because I feel like anything smaller is too small. It's still 11 font. I did a serif font, like a deja vu serif font. I took out all the big headers for the chapter titles, so I don't know what happened.
Magic.
Don't know what happened, but I'm leaving it alone. It's everything's like form. And it's so weird because all I didn't even make a new file.
Okay.
I just edited the file that I have, and I put it up, and it said the margins are fine. But the same file that Amazon already had in their system, it said the margins are wonky in a couple pages. So
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just going to pretend it's fine. And it's also why I upped my price from $14.99 to $17.99 because now the books are like $5 to $6 to print as opposed to $2 to $3 like they were originally before they upped the prices of printing.
Yeah, it didn't look like the prices changed much, but at the same time, it adds up. So, man, I haven't done paperbacks yet. So,
That's why I think going like this one has 3 separate stories in it, and it's, I don't know, it's like less than 300 pages. It has 3, like 2 short stories and a really short novella in there.
Okay.
And again, it has like this in it. I don't know, I might just keep them short. But if you print out a paperback and it doesn't have 79 pages or more, then it won't print a spine. I mean, the way spine, there'll just be nothing printed on it.
Yeah. Let me see. This one, as it stands, this one, before I add in all this stuff I need to add in, plus the new prompts that I need to add in. How many pages is this one currently? This one is 92 pages currently. So it'll be something like 100, 150 pages in the end. And once it's all done, then I get to find cover designer.
So this one is printed on demand through Amazon as well. It's not mine, but it is.
I have that book too.
Oh, okay. It is just slightly smaller than my paperbacks that you have, and it doesn't have a printing. There's no printing on this line. I mean, you could, but it'd be super, super tiny.
My print books are going to be.
I thought I lost that book. Yay!
So I chose the size 5.5 by 8.5 for my books when I
Okay.
finally do print stuff.
I did 5 1/4 by 8.
Okay.
Yeah, 5.25
That was
by
one
8.
of the designs I was debating doing, and then I compared some of the books that are on my shelf that I really like the size of, and that was why I went with what I did.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So. But yeah. Oh, going back to what I was saying about the shorter stories is that the reason I was mentioning that was because like I've had a couple of ideas in the past that I thought were going to be like novels, and the more I sit here and think about them, I'm like, they're not going to be novels. They're going to be like novellas. There might be 40,000 words in the end. If I just sit down and actually write them out, I might be able to. I don't want to use the term fluff because that's not the right terminology. I am very much like I don't write a lot of description when I do my first drafts, so I have to go back and add that in eventually. And I think that's where the fluff will come from, is from me adding all that description in. So
That
it
makes
won't
sense.
necessarily be fluff in the usual sense of what people think of when they think of fluff, when they think of unnecessary repetition and stuff like that. It'll just be like
I
substance.
mean, I'm pretty sure my second chapter of the book I'm starting to write tonight will have more description than any other chapter in the book, and that's mainly because she's going to see her house in person for the first time. So, like, walk in and check it out, that sort of thing. But
I very much have white room syndrome because I myself cannot visualize things as I'm reading, and so I forget that other people can. So I just forget to write that kind of stuff in. I like to tell people that when I visualize stuff, I visualize it as like shadow puppets, because that's how it feels like in my mind. Everything is a silhouette against a white or sepia colored backdrop, and that's it. So I don't see images in colors. I know I will see like the outline of a person and know they have like blonde hair and blue eyes, but I don't actually visually see it like some people do. And because
so you don't like you're reading a book, you don't hear the book in your head as you're reading
Nope.
it. Okay. I do.
I don't. It's really weird.
Monologue.
Every once in a while, people talk to me about they like stuff plays out in their head like a movie, and I'm like, well, if that movie is a black and white silent film, yeah, me too. But if it's not, nope. And like, I'm very bad at describing locations because of it. Like, we'll switch locations, and I'll be like, they're in a classroom. I'm like, whatever you think a classroom looks like, that's what's there. I don't talk about anything being in the classroom. And I think in Puck there is a scene where they're in a computer room, and not once, other than saying that they're in a computer room, I don't think I described anything in that computer room. Not a damn thing.
That's so funny.
How I get away with it? I don't know. Maybe I don't, and I just think I do. That is very possible.
Well, has anyone called you out on it yet?
Nope. Other than me.
Continue doing it. Someone says otherwise.
It's like one of those fake it till you make it kind of things.
Yes, exactly. Isn't that all we're doing anyway?
Maybe. All right. We've been on here for a bit. It's almost 1 a.m. for me, which means it's 2 a.m. for you, which means it is 3 a.m. for everyone on the East Coast. So you're googly moogly. And I've been checking back in with the chat every once in a while, and there's nothing that I haven't seen there. No new stuff.
We all fell asleep. Oh, JC's sleeping. Jess went away. She's sleeping. Everyone's sleeping. They're taking a snooze nap as we're talking in your ear about food porn.
As I actually had to look up a recipe and send it.
Oh. to me?
No, I sent a recipe to JC.
Oh, okay.
She asked a question. I was like, I don't know the answer to that. I do not know. Let me Google that real quick. So I totally did. JC says she's here. She's just being silent. Shh. We didn't call you nobody. We just said nobody's here because it went really silent in the chat for a little bit.
Then nobody's chatting. That's what we should say. Nobody was chatting.
We're being chatty bots like we usually are after we finish sprinting. I have a message waiting for me. My computer says I don't. Facebook is doing that weird thing. Okay. So I'm annoyed with Facebook. Okay. Facebook has been annoying me so much because they keep doing all these stupid updates that are unnecessary. And their most recent one was to Messenger, which is the only thing I use Facebook for these days anyways. It's for Messenger. And when they made this last update.
Excuse me, we are not ranting, okay? JC, we are discussing.
I am ranting.
We're discussing. Okay.
I am ranting about Facebook and Messenger.
All right.
So this newest update, if you are someone who jumps around from your mobile to desktop to laptop to tablet to any of those, they're not syncing up. I had to create a PIN code in order to sync up my messages from my phone to my computer, which is the stupidest fucking thing that I've ever heard of.
Yeah, it started doing that to me like a few weeks ago, the PIN number thing.
So I mostly chat with people on my phone with Messenger because I don't have Facebook on my phone. I just have the Messenger app. And then I was on my desktop doing something and my phone was behind me charging. So I pulled up the desktop chat so I could find the information I was looking for, and none of it was there. None of my conversation. I think the last saved conversation was like 2023, and I'm like, excuse me?
Wow.
And then I got up and looked at my phone, and it was all there. But it was not showing up on the desktop. Stupidest fucking thing. I'm so irritated about it. And I'm like, this is why no one wants to use you anymore, Facebook.
True.
So, yeah, I'm mad at Facebook for no reason other than I can be.
We weren't ranting about formatting the size of books. I was saying that Amazon is dumb because the same fucking file I had on my computer that was perfectly fine when I re-uploaded it was the same file they had before. And also, since we're on the tirade of like ranting about crap, my half sister up in Alaska, she ordered this book. Okay. Look at the font.
Oh, it's all in italics.
Okay.
Oh, that's the one you were telling me about.
Italics and bold. Okay, all of it, except for, hold on, let me show you a page. This is even more dumb.
The more you talk about how much your formatting screwed up, the more I'm like, just send me your files so I can fix them.
Okay. But what's funny is it's not my files. My files are fine.
But you mentioned that your files were fine and it was just Amazon being a dick. I was like, oh, that's par for the course.
Let's see here. Come on. Where's that dumb page? That's wonky. I mean, it's all wonky, but.
What do you call that now?
Look at this. Randomly, it goes back to what it's supposed to be.
Wow. That is hilarious.
So, So I uploaded whatever. I re-uploaded the same file to Amazon, and it's perfectly fine. Like I just said, it's a file, and I know it's a file because I'll put use this for the final, and that's what I write for, so I know which file of the many different files I have that I uploaded, and then I put that file into a folder on my computer that says writing submission, and so I know that's the latest one I submitted for that one. And yes, and now I'm ranting. Okay, thank you very much. Because yeah, so that's just weird, that one right there.
Facebook's my only rant. That's my only rant of this week. Do I have other things I could possibly rant about? Yeah, of course I do. But that's the only one that's really like been truly bothersome to my life. That's like a first world problem kind of thing. Like it doesn't really matter in the long run. It annoys me personally. That's it. And every time someone talks about formatting trouble, all I want to do is be like, just send it to me. Can I play with it? Can I play with it? Can I play with it?
So I think I'm gonna have you format my fantasy adventure. You sent a blank message, JC. What are you doing? Oh, there it is. It was delayed.
I love it when that happens.
It felt like a ranting type of evening. Okay.
Just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you want to see the present that Jesse got me for our anniversary?
Yes.
So he ordered from Amazon. So here's what my genius dumb husband did. Okay. So May 24th was our wedding anniversary. I wake up in the morning. He wakes up. He says nothing all day. There's nothing. I'm like, I'm so pissed off at him. Like, nothing. And so, because he was up late past midnight, he didn't say anything. And then he went to sleep. And then he was still sleeping. I'm like, all right, kids, how long do you think it's going to take Dad to say happy anniversary? Ileana said 2 hours after he wakes up. Jackson said 4 o'clock. 5:30 came and went, and still nothing. And so finally around dinner time, I was like irritated. So I was like, oh, look. And he's like, well, I'm just annoyed. I go, so did what reminded you? Was it Instagram? Was it the calendar? Was it Facebook? He's like, an email. I'm like, email? He's like, an email from Amazon to let me know that my present I ordered you wasn't getting here. So whatever. I'm like, so you made me think that you forgot? He's like, well, I was just mad, so I didn't want to say anything about it at all because I didn't have a present to give to you. I'm like, that doesn't matter. The last 2 years. Last 2 years, we didn't have any presents to give to each other anyway. And so that's the reason why I didn't say anything. So then on Sunday, Amazon delivered it. And then on Monday, I got another one. They sent it twice, but only charged them one time. All right. So it's 8-year wedding anniversary, and the traditional wedding gift for 8 years is pottery or bronze. Okay.
I love it. It's a bookmark.
Yes.
I love it. That's cute.
So I have 2 of them. And it it's pretty thin. See, it doesn't like stick out stick. It's not really thick or anything. It's still pretty thin.
Yeah, I like that.
So
speaking of that, my husband, I found a picture and I shared it with my husband, and I was like, okay, so 20-year anniversary, we're going to do this, right? I don't follow the traditional what you give each other for your anniversaries. However, I do love this idea. It says romantic gesture. Honey, I bought us matching swords. So I looked at him, I was like, 20-year anniversary, we're going to get custom made swords for each other.
Okay.
I like this idea. We have lots of weapons in the house. In fact, the shelf behind me has one of his katanas. So that's like perfect for us. And I think this is actually kind of what my sister and her husband to be are doing for their wedding. is they're going to exchange swords.
That's cool.
So yeah, that's what we're going to do for our 20-year anniversary. We're going to get each other custom swords. How we're going to do this, I don't know yet. That's why I said 20-year anniversary. We have time to plan. How much time? 8 years. Oh, good. Okay, I'm yawning now. It is after 1 for me.
Don't yawn. Don't yawn.
I'm sorry. At some point, I gotta go check and make sure the hubs is still awake, because he needs to be going to bed soon, because he's got work in the morning in like another 7 hours. I don't know why my computer's shaking so much today, but it is. All right, I think it's time for us to wind down and wrap it up.
All right.
I know. So
I
sad.
guess that's fine.
So sad. So, if you want to do your outro real quick, we'll wrap it up and get out of here.
Okay. If you're still here after 3 hours and 33 minutes and counting, and you don't know who I am, my name is Stephanie. I write primarily contemporary small town romances, which means there's no sex on the page. So if that's your jam, check it out. I also live stream with Skye here pretty much every Saturday, unless she decides to take a weekend off, and that's totally valid and fine. We need to have work-life balance because that's a thing that we don't have. And right, we don't have work-life balance, right?
Stop
Right. I also am going to be getting back into the swing of actually doing my own YouTube videos, so stay tuned for that. And I am also I'm participating in some writing challenges this summer with Skye, such as writing a lot. That's basically what I'm doing this summer, writing a whole heck of a lot. That's what I'm doing.
Same.
Just a lot. Just writing a lot. That's about it. Oh yeah, the end.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. If you don't know and you're still here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance. I'm SD Hegyes. I'm getting ready to, as of today, I am starting a 6-month challenge where I'm calling it the Magical Girl Transformation. I have a video in my videos that I just recently posted where I talk about that in more detail. And then the other thing I have up is that I have a community post where you can enter questions into a form, because June 17th is my 10-year anniversary on YouTube. And so I'm going to be doing a Q&A. And so I need questions. But otherwise, I post videos twice a week. And then I live stream on Saturday evenings. And that's about it. So thank you all for joining us. It's been lovely having you all here, and we will see you next time, because next week we'll have another stream. Oh, that's the other thing. June, look at the dates. Hold on. June 16th through the 22nd, we are doing the next 7-day book challenge. I'm not going to be streaming twice a day like I did last time because I do not have the week off. So I'll only be streaming once a day, and I cannot remember if I chose morning or evening. I can't remember. I apologize.
You did a couple of evening and a couple of mornings. Like a couple of evenings, like Friday and Saturday evening, I want to say, and then the rest of days. Maybe I'm wrong. Whatever.
They're
Don't
already
quote me.
scheduled is what it comes down to, so feel free to check them out.
I will be streaming. I just don't know when I'll be streaming on those days, but I will be streaming.
Fair. But yeah, I've already made all. I've been a good person. I've made all my streams for this month already. So, yeah, that's it. That was the final thing. So, thank you all for joining us. We're gonna take off now. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.